Hello, it's Enestor. I'm back with another Wi-Fi battle against my buddy PokeNuz HD, also known as Chris. A quick shout out to him because he decided to give me some nice Chinese or Japanese 6IV Ditto. So let's hop right into the battle with him. So I decided to go with my Aegislash as he goes with his Whimsicott. I knew that this thing would probably go for a taunt or like a spore, so I was like, okay, might as well go for the flash cannon. And he does indeed go for the taunt, so I go for the flash cannon, and that'll easily take out the Whimsicott. So I'm like, alright, already 5-0 lead in my favor. So he goes for the Genesect. I know I have to switch out because I can no longer go for the King's Shield, so I just had to go straight to my I'm straight, predicting the Flamethrower, but he's a physically attacking Genesect, which I did not expect at all. So I'm in deep doo-doo, so now I'm predicting like a, I don't know, like a Techno Blast or something. So I switched right out to my Aegislash, and thankfully I was right. And I probably should have gone for the King Shield here, but I thought that he'd predict that and go for a straight hard switch, but he didn't. So I went for the Shadow Ball, did some nice damage, and now I'm thinking, alright, he probably is gonna try to U-turn or something. So I'm gonna go for the King Shield and see if he does that indeed. But he goes for that, and I'm like, yes, drop 2 stages of attack, and as he goes for the U-turn, that did like 6 HP or something, and he's just taking more and more damage because of that Life Orb. So he sends out his Raider. In hindsight, I probably should have gone for the Flash Cannon. That's definitely the safer move based on what he has left, but whatever. It did some damage against that thing. So now I'm just going to be going for the King Shield, just trying to see what this most likely Choice Scarfed Crocodile wants to do. He wants to go for an Earthquake. I'm like, alright, fine. Aegislash can die because he is essentially useless at this point, because I'd much rather have Caesar come in come in clean without having to take that Earthquake damage. And thankfully Caesar was able to tank that and able to kill the Crocodile with that U-turn, and I decided to go into my Infernape predicting, well, it had like the best matchups against everything. So he sends out his Reuniclus, and I send out my Sylveon. This part is a massive stall fest. I'm going to speed this part up real quick for you guys because yeah, he just keeps going for a Calm Mind for a solid, I don't know, I think it was like 5 or so turns, and I'm just trying to get a clean switch into, like, I think my Scizor, because this Reuniclus is very slow, and I don't really need my Sylveon after after this thing is dead. So I'm like, alright, Sylveon, just die already. But he just refuses to kill me. He just keeps going for the Calm Mind because this guy thinks that Reuniclus is all powerful, but it's just slow as hell and is just gonna get destroyed once I bring in my Caesar. So I send out another Moonblast, and he's still Calm Minding. I'm like, why, Chris? PokeNuz, please stop with this. So thankfully this turn I got really lucky. The light screen went off, so I took advantage of that and finally decided to replace the light screen, and that will come in handy in the future. So I send out my Scizor knowing that it'll easily outspeed, and I go for the U-turn. He probably should have predicted that, or I think it was in more fear of me going for the pursuit. So I guess that was a good play by him staying in. I don't know. So I send out my Infernape thinking that it has the best matchups against everything. So he sends out his Pokebanks up, which is his Mega Charizard Y, and we all know Pokebank is not up here in North America. So I go for the Thunder Punch thinking that I'd die this turn, but because I had the light screen, I was able to survive, and I was able to kill the Pokebanks up, aka the Charizard Y, and from that point on I knew that I had the game in the bag, because all he had left was a Vaporeon and a Genesect, and the Genesect was going to kill itself eventually with the Life Orb. I think it had like 2 more hits after all that. So I'm just going to let my Infernape die because I just want to get damage on this Vaporeon. In hindsight, I probably should have gone for the Close Combat because it probably would have done a lot more damage, but whatever. The Wish pretty much negated that last attack. So I sent out my Alakazam, and here I was thinking that because Mega Alakazam gets Trace, I thought that Hydration was similar to Water Absorb. To my knowledge, and I thought that would be fine. He'd go for a Scald, that'd be fine. But unfortunately for me, that's not the case, and he gets the burn. I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't need this. I got this game in the bag. Whatever. And I'm just gonna let my Alakazam just finish off this Vaporeon. And I think Chris also figured that this was the end of the match because the Genesect couldn't get more than 3 hits and I had 4 Pokemon left at this point. So there was no way I was going to lose at this point. So I'm just going to let him kill me with the extreme speed, and I do believe that I'm going to send out my Scizor to take this extreme speed. I went for the bullet punch, but as you guys will see, I'm going to survive. Genesec's going to kill itself, and I say good game, PokeNuz. Make sure to check his channel out, and I'm really thankful he gave me a 6 IP Japanese Ditto. So this has been Enestor, and I will see you guys later. So fair blah 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 people can too. Professional people can. I don't remember the rest. I cannot read. Oh, freaking Lycra. I hate these things. These things are like the bane of my existence. I hate them. They're almost as bad as the glass cores of the world. If I see another